Hello everyone and welcome to the next episode of the LMScast. My name is Joshua Millage. I have this beautiful gentleman over here, Christopher Badgett, joining me. And today we are talking about a WordPress LMS solution versus hosted solutions, specifically why we are building a plugin versus a theme or framework or any other option. So, Chris, take it away, brother.
Yeah. All right. Well, just to give you a little backstory on the choice we had when we were deciding how we were going to build our learning management system solution, we could create a self-hosted solution of our own, or we could leverage something like WordPress. Once we decided on WordPress, we could choose between doing a plugin or doing a theme or doing a collection of plugins. And we'll get into the nitty-gritty of all that, but that's what this episode is about right here, of why we made that decision and are moving forward the way we did and could not be happier with that choice. So to start out, it's actually kind of funny. It's a little bit misleading that it's called a plugin, because some plugins do like very little bit of theme, very little bit of things. So there are bigger plugins out there like WooCommerce or Yoast for SEO that are more advanced and heavy. Our plugin is big and does a lot, but the reality is it's kind of semantics. The difference between a plugin and a theme are actually not that different. But the reason we chose a plugin was because we wanted it to be able to work with any WordPress theme, so that if you're already evolved, you've already launched, you've got your blog, you have a website for your business, whatever it is, you can just snap in a learning management system and use that to create courses for sale or to improve and expand your marketing. And the reason we chose WordPress over a hosted solution is because when you come into the WordPress community, it is really a community. You're standing on the shoulders of giants who designed the WordPress core over many years. It's evolved rapidly, and it's just amazing to see how quickly it changes. Right now, 23% of the internet, of the web, is powered by WordPress. A lot of people don't know that. But the other great thing about WordPress, beyond its innovation at the core, is the ability to extend WordPress. So like we've talked about in previous episodes, people end up in the e-learning or WordPress LMS space wanting a kind of custom solution, or they may want to add this other thing to their website. WordPress makes that totally possible, very easy to do, and there's a lot of great competition in there which drives innovation. So you end up getting really amazing choices, some free, some premium, but that's the power of WordPress in a nutshell.
I love that, and I think the thing is too, the hosted solutions, they own kind of the keys to your car, you know. I mean, there's some that I've worked with that if you stop paying them, you're losing the content there, so you better have a backup, you know. I mean, it's not, I don't know, doesn't feel great, to put it simply. And I think if you're trying to build a sustainable business, build it around something that allows you to have a sustainable business. Like, if you have a WordPress install on a server, you're paying for that server, you're paying for the WordPress install. You got. I mean, it's all yours. Like, you can do with it what you want. You can snap in different developers to help you build cool different things. But I think the real question I have for you, though, Chris, though, is why didn't you? I mean, there's the Academy theme. There's the WPLMS. Is that a plugin?
That's a theme.
That's a theme. So why have we chosen a plugin that is not a theme? Like, what's the logic behind that?
Well, I've built and helped build a lot of sites on the Academy WordPress thing, which came out about a year ago, and it was really a cutting edge at the time WordPress theme. I would actually call it kind of the next generation of application themes. And it in a very neat way was able to create an LMS platform that's somewhat customizable with ease. It had the functionality of courses, lessons, quizzes, certificates, prerequisites, and all the basic LMS stuff. You did have to install another plugin called WooCommerce to kind of tie it together and make it so that you could, sell courses and have a shopping experience for that. The WPLMS theme is similar. It does a lot of the same stuff. It requires a handful of other plugins to even work. And it's a great theme. One of the things it brings in is BuddyPress, which provides a social element to the site and forums and things like that. And part of our plugin is actually going to go beyond BuddyPress into this really advanced engagement functionality that can be either simple or very complex automated things that happen on the website when users do things or don't do things. But we'll get into that in more detail. But to answer your question, the reason we chose the WordPress plugin style is just to make it so that anybody with any WordPress site can use it and add LMS functionality. And one of our guiding principles through the whole thing, where we wanted to, kind of what I call transcend, include what's come before us with things like the Academy theme and the WPLMS theme, is we wanted this one plugin to do it all without having to pull in these other plugins to meet the needs of a WordPress LMS website. One of the examples of that is the way the Academy theme pulls in WooCommerce to process the sale. They work together okay, but you're using about 5% of WooCommerce and what it does. And sometimes people have some issues there just in the nitty-gritty of the code to really make it sync up properly. So that's why we're building our own custom shopping cart experience that just works with the theme, works with PayPal out of the box. And you can be ready to roll and selling courses. You just turn it on and start selling. And the other big example of that is people have been dancing around this issue in the e-learning WordPress space a while of like how to protect content. And that could be, there could be a price associated with that or not, but maybe you want the users to register first, or maybe it's for an intranet inside of a company and not even something for the public web, and that needs protection to keep the material protected. So people have been using third-party membership site plugins. Same thing as what I talked about with Academy and WooCommerce. If you pull in a third-party membership site plugin, you may be able to finally get it to do what you want it to do, but then you're only using 5% of the code there, and it's really bloated, and it's not exactly what you wanted. So that's why we developed a plugin and a component architecture that you can turn on the different pieces of what you want, and you don't have to go out and buy these or get these other third-party plugins to build an amazing WordPress LMS website.
I love that. I love that, and that's one of the things that I think is different, is we're being conscious of bloated code, which could affect page speed and load performance and that sort of thing. We just have a huge depth of understanding about how the web works, how things affect other things. So we're trying to make this as clean as possible, add the most amount of value to the end user, and then also I think the other benefit of a plugin too is it allows people to create their own look and feel and not have to be guided by a theme look and feel, which can also be kind of another disadvantage there. What is it about LMS vendor lock-in that people should be fearful of?
Well, the thing with, like we were talking about before, all you need, and you're going to own your e-learning platform. And let me tell you a quick story. I have courses on Udemy.com, which is a great online courses marketplace. Udemy takes 50% of the sale.
Wow.
They don't charge up front, but they take 50% of that for providing the platform. In other situations, there's LMS providers who you're on. They don't take any money at the the transaction point, but they charge you every month to be on their platform, and that could be $100, that could be $300, that could be $1,000. So we really wanted to attack that pain point because we know how much it hurts, especially if you're a solopreneur just getting started, or you're someone who has a lot of custom requirements and you're looking at these other vendors that don't have those same drivers of innovation that WordPress does to keep continually improving and survive or die based on how people use it and how those plugins are supported and things. So that's one of our biggest selling points is we sell the Lifter LMS plugin at $97 for a single site license, $297 for a multi-site license, and then we also have a situation where we can build a custom solution for you, which all starts with a $1,000 discovery. But you should take a look at LifterLMS.com and you can see our pricing and more information about that. But so really it comes down to two things. In this hand, I have a $97 plugin. In this hand, I have $300 a month. I'll take the $97 plugin. I'll pay for my web hosting, which is going to be anywhere from $5 a month to $100 a month, depending upon how much traffic and how large my site is. And I'm going to get into the nitty-gritty of my plugin so I can make it do exactly what I want it to do. So that's what it's about, avoiding vendor lock-in and owning your content. I
love it. And it's going to be fun to see what happens. I mean, we're a few weeks out now. People can learn about this plugin at LifterLMS.com. There's a lot of great information up there that Chris and I have created about what it does, how it can help you. And then you can also sign up to be on a notification list, as well as there's an opportunity to save a little money on the launch of the plugin. But I won't tell people about that. They have to go over there and figure that out on their own. So Chris, if people want to contact you, they can do that at chris@LMScast.com. If they want to contact me, they can contact me at joshua@LMScast.com. And like I mentioned just before, you can learn more about the plugin at LifterLMS.com. Chris, do you have any final closing thoughts about all this for everyone?
Yeah, I would just say that WordPress is kind of one of those misunderstood things in the market. You know, people get confused between WordPress.com or WordPress.org. Our plugin is for the WordPress.org people, which means you take WordPress, you install it on your server, and then you add whatever plugins and themes you want to that. So that's how it works. We are a premium plugin, and what that allows us to do is provide premium support. So it's not free, but that cash flow that happens with the plugin drives the innovation of the plugin and makes it so it can be well supported. We can be well available for your if you get stuck or you have questions or you have a new feature request. And if you just want someone to do it for you, we have our discovery option, and you can find out more about that at LifterLMS.com. And at the end of the day, if we go that route, it's all about co-creating your platform with you, and you can stand on the shoulder of giants who have been in web development, marketing, strategy, design, LMS for a long time, and really get your custom solution quicker and in an accelerated way.
I love it. Awesome. Well, until next time, we will talk to you later.